first, before we get to the physical aspect of it, just emotionally, mentally, how important a victory was for you tonight?
Dude, this was first and foremost, I will say I was battling a lot of mental things today. This was my first win since April 2016. On top of the fact it's been a very tumultuous year for me, just a lot of crazy stuff going on. So for me to be able to cap it off with a win, it was imperative. You know what I mean? And it's not just for my career; it was just for my quality of life. You know what I mean? I really needed this win on so many levels. My family needed it. My team needed it. And here I am. I get to sit before you guys a winner. It's good to be back.
All week long, you talked about how good you felt. You looked a lot better, not trying to cut down. But talk about once you got in there, because you said, I'm not sure what it's going to feel like. It's a little concerning, I guess. I mean, what did the strength feel like, being in a bigger weight class, and then, of course, you not having that weight cut behind you?
I know I made a few mistakes in the first round. He had a pretty tight armbar, but I will say there was a difference between, when I fought at 55 and I got caught in bad positions, I'd get a lot more frantic, whereas tonight I was able to really think my way through out of a lot of situations, and I knew I was right about one thing. I knew I'd be able to be a much more cerebral fighter in there, and I was able to make a lot of decisions on the fly. It just took me a round to adjust, but I've shown time and time again in my career, I get through the first round and, I just pretty much take over from there. But I felt really good, man. And the crazy thing is my last two fights before this, they check our weights now before we fight. When I fought Kevin Lee, I was 186 pounds on fight night. When I fought Pettis, I was 185 pounds on fight night. Tonight, I was 188. So with that being said, I think the trend now is go up a weight class.
No doubt. And afterwards, I believe you said Neil Magny was the fight you want next. Why is that something that makes sense to you?
It's not a stylistic thing. I'm here to be a champion. I'm not here to be just another guy on the roster. I'm here to be a world champion. I truly believe that I will have a 12-pound gold UFC belt around my waist, and I got to start at the bottom of the top 15. I haven't totally studied the landscape of the top 15 of welterweight like I do. I know lightweight like the back of my hand, but I'm assuming Neil Magny's in the bottom half of the top 15. Somewhere probably around 15, 14, 13. So I'm just looking to climb the ladder again. I'm here to be a contender. I think I showed that tonight. I know Carlos has been on a skid, but he's still a tough competitor, and I went out there and did something no one else has done. You haven't seen that in the UFC. I'm finally able to. I have a whole bag of tricks I haven't got to show. I've just showed everybody I got a rear naked choke. You know what I mean? And I got a whole bag of tricks I'm ready to showcase now.
What's it feel like to beat up your hero?
I wouldn't say I beat him up. I mean, the guy, he landed a few shots on me. He had me in a pretty tight armbar. I'd be a liar if I said it was hard. It makes it easier to go out there and compete against a guy you have a lot of respect for. It makes it easy to prepare. When you're a fan of a fighter, it's because you acknowledge their skills. You acknowledge where they're good. You acknowledge their attributes. You know what I mean? So it makes it easy to train for a guy that you've been a fan of because you know how dangerous he is. The guy uses all 8 of his limbs in terms of striking. He's dangerous from his back. He throws a lot of elbows. I was pretty mindful of that tonight, almost too mindful. I think it kind of got me to make a few mistakes, me thinking that he was kind of winding up to throw some elbows from bottom. I still have a ton of respect for the guy, man. I can't reiterate that enough. I'm not just some guy saying that because I'm fighting a guy. I'm in a lower generation than he is, so I'm not just some guy saying, oh, I have a ton of respect for him, because that's like the cliche thing to say, but I really mean it. You know what I mean? I think the world of the guy, and it wasn't hard for me to go out there and get the job done against him.
You kind of had that look of awe on your face right after the fight ended, like the first second. Was that more of like you're finally back on the winning track, or was it like, holy shit, I just beat my hero?
It's a mix of a few things there. I mean, I've been saying it throughout my career that it was imperative for me after The Ultimate Fighter. I need to beat a guy that I grew up watching. I need to beat a guy I've been a fan of. And the first time I got to do that was against Jim Miller. After I beat Jim Miller, I really felt like inside, mentally, I ascended. Like, okay, I am as good as these guys. Now it was like, okay, I got to beat a former world champion. And there's not a lot of those guys in the UFC. There's not a lot of guys that have been title holders, former title holders that are in the UFC. So getting to beat somebody that at some point in their career has what I'm, striving to achieve, to accomplish, it was that on top of the fact I haven't won in 2.5 years. It's that on top of the fact that this has been the roughest year of my life. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just finally getting to win, just 2 days left of 2018, I was finally able to hit a high point. It was really needed.
I'm wondering too if after your fight, I mean, you had a lot going on, but did you see Amanda's performance? It was so quick right after yours, and if so, what was your thought on that?
Oh, dude, yeah. I was doing an interview, and then the guy's like, "Hold on." Amanda just dropped Cyborg. We all just stopped what we were doing and watching the TV, and I think that was incredible for one. For two, that's another fighter that went up a weight class. You know what I mean? I think we're starting to see a new trend in the sport. You know what I mean? There was a point in the sport for people that have watched mixed martial arts for a long time. There was a point where cut the most weight, be the biggest guy in your weight class. That was a trend at one point. You know what I mean? I was part of that generation. Whereas now it's like, okay, be the healthier fighter, be the smarter fighter. But yeah, congrats to Amanda Nunes. What a feather in her cap for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, congrats on the win, of course.
Thank you.
So, as you mentioned, you have a lot of respect for Carlos Connor. I think everyone in this room does. But now he's got 5 straight losses, and obviously you and he have 2 different careers. But do you think he should continue fighting? Do you feel like his heart is in it like it used to be?
Nobody has the right to tell a fighter, you know, especially anybody in this room. That's amongst him and his family and his teammates. I have no business saying that. Carlos Condit still has a tool bag that he could go out and beat anybody on any given night. It just so happens he had to fight me tonight, and I was very, very well prepared. You know what I mean? This wasn't like he just went out and lost to some chump. He just went out and lost to a guy. I mean, had I not had my mishap with Kevin Lee, I would have been fighting Tony Ferguson for the title. You know what I mean? I'm not some scrub. You know, I've been on the brink of title fights. You know what I mean? I'm a tough guy. So, you know, that's amongst him and his family and his team. You know, but if that is, I don't want to be the guy that he ends his career off of. I would like to have it be someone else. I don't want it to be me. But if this is the end, I mean, fucking what a ride he's had, dude. The guy, two major world titles across 2 organizations. He's competed against some of the best in the world. I hope this isn't it for him.
And speaking of titles, you're now in your new division. Most of us here expect you to be ranked after this. How do you feel about the title picture? Because it seems a little unclear about who's fighting who, if Woodley's going to fight Covington, or if Usman's in the picture.
I like the title picture here better than lightweight.
Oh, yeah.
Lightweight is just, you want to talk about a cluster. You have Ferguson, who's the interim champ. You got Khabib, who's undoubtedly the undisputed champ across the board. You got Conor, who could jump in and get the title fight if he wants it anytime. You know what I mean? Dustin Poirier sitting in the fringes with, in my opinion, the guy has the best winning streak in the UFC right now in terms of the resume. I mean, Dustin Poirier's win streak is phenomenal. You know, there's a lot of X factors in that division where I'd rather be at 170 where there's just 3 guys. You know what I mean? It's one champion, one interim champion, and then Usman. You know what I mean? Pretty easy picture. By the time I work my way to the top, that'll all be sorted out. So I'd rather be in this clusterfuck than that one. Pardon my language.
Great answer. Thanks.
Thanks. Hi, Mark.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
When you say you need to be the more cerebral fighter at 170, what does that mean exactly?
This goes back to an interview of an article of Anthony Smith's I saw, where he's talking about how he felt in his fights at 185 pounds. And I could totally relate to it. He's talking about how when you go through that hard cut and you go compete, you're just kind of in a fog. Your best shot at winning is really just putting the gas pedal to the floor, going for it, and hoping for the best. And when I was in there tonight, when you go through a hard weight cut, you're draining fluids from every part of your body, including up top. You know what I mean? So I only had to cut a pound the day of weigh-ins. I didn't have to totally drain my body. If you saw the way I looked at weigh-ins when I fought Pettis, you know what I mean? That's complete, total dehydration. I didn't have to put my body through that. I didn't have to put my brain through that. So when I got in there tonight, I was literally making decisions. Like I was able to I can compete, I can maintain a high pace, but I can make decisions about what I want to do. I can make decisions on how I'm going to escape submissions. That's being a cerebral fighter. And it's hard to be a cerebral fighter when you're totally dehydrating yourself and then giving yourself, you're not giving yourself great odds at winning. I've done it through my career, but that wasn't smart fighting. That was me just hey, my best shot at winning is I just got to dump the gas tank and hope I catch this guy. You know what I mean? So, being cerebral in there means being able to make decisions on the fly, no matter what the pace of the fight is.
Do you wish you went up sooner?
Yes, I do wish I went up sooner, but thankfully, I just turned 31 this month. I'm in the prime of my career. I haven't taken too much damage. I haven't been in a ton of wars. We train really smart back home at Sick Jitsu. I'm not in a lot of gym wars. My body's at 31 years old and almost 11 years in the sport. I haven't taken a ton of damage. Knock on wood, I haven't had any major surgeries. I'm definitely in the best. I'm in my prime. This is my prime. I wish I would have done this sooner, but I'm just glad I did it now. And I'm really looking forward to 2019.
And just last thing, you said this is the toughest year of your life. What were you referring to? What the outside of the cage stuff, the McGregor, Sally?
Yeah. I mean, you already know. It goes all the way back to, starting 2018 with a loss with the Kevin Lee thing, 223, 226. You know what I mean? It was tough. You know what I mean? And it was. If one thing's for sure, I showed my heart tonight. You know what I mean? I was able to overcome a lot of shit. Nobody's had the plate that I've had. Nobody's had to open the social media accounts and see all the fucking shit I have to read every day. The shit that my family has to read every day. Nobody has to deal with that on an everyday basis. And to be able to overcome everything that I've gone through this year and everything I still have to deal with on a regular basis, rise to the occasion and get a win, I needed it. My family needed it, and I'm very thankful. And I love my mom. She's in the back. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Tonight's attendance was a total sellout. Gate was 2.06 million. Attendance was 15,862. Where's she got him here? Okay, fight of the night was Mendez and Volkanovski. And then the performance of the night went to Amanda Nunes and Ryan Hall. They all won $50,000. Congrats. John.
Pretty incredible night.
Yeah.
I wonder if you personally, after everything that went down and all that we had to deal with this past week, do you take personal satisfaction when you end up having a night like this where you kind of stick it to everybody, I guess?
Yeah, I love sticking it to everybody. So yes, it was a very satisfying night to me. It's unbelievable how when we go into, a week like this, just the backlash and negativity and bullshit that you have to read and all this stuff that goes on during the week of a fight like this. I saw this, I get it for you guys that it's, there's an ocean of Twitter tweets and Instagrams and all these things, and I guess saying stupid things sometimes makes you stand out. What's his name tonight? What's that idiot's name that I can't stand? Darren Revelle tweets out, the fuck does Darren Revelle know about fighting, number one? Okay, let's start with that. And he says the UFC got destroyed tonight because Chris Cyborg lost and Amanda Nunes won and she's not marketable at all and fucking, It's just like, listen, I'm pretty resilient to this dumb shit, but oh my God. Anyway, yeah, I'm pretty happy.
Well, let's talk about Amanda Nunes. What a moment that was. Talk about just kind of what you thought about that fight and what you want to see going forward for her. Now she's got 2 belts and, it's tough to defend in 2 weight classes, but there's not a lot at 145. Yeah. So, what do you want to see for her?
I said it for a long time now and leading up to this fight. This is the fight that had to happen. This fight had to happen. It was the fight to make. And this is the type of fight that builds legacies and you realize you have to find out who is the best in the world. We were able to do that tonight, and it was an incredible fight. And look at Amanda Nunes. And you think Amanda Nunes isn't going to be a star after this? I fucking guarantee it. I promise you that. Place went crazy for her. And I don't know what's next. Tuesday, we'll be back in the office and we'll have a meeting and we'll figure out what's next for her.
Ask about Jon Jones as well. He looked very, very dominant returning tonight. He made it clear right away. He said DC, threw the name out there. Are you interested in that fight? It seems like it would be one of the biggest fights you could possibly make. And I wonder if you're interested in making it. And would you want to do it at 205 or would you want to do it at heavyweight?
So I was talking to Cormier during the Jones fight, and he's all fired up, He was obviously very angry this week leading into this fight. And, there was talk from his camp about him retiring without another fight, and maybe he was just going to fight one more fight. It sounds to me like Cormier's ready to fight 2 or 3 more fights before he thinks about hanging it up. And you know me, I'm always the first to say when it's time for somebody to retire, Cormier's the man. It is not time for Cormier to retire. There's big fights out there for him that people care about, and legacy type stuff like we were saying about Amanda and Cyborg. So I'm happy about it.
Is he open to fighting Jones? I know he's pissed.
Listen, these guys, Cormier will fight anybody. You know Cormier. Cormier hates Jones so bad. He was on a rampage this week, and he was being a bit of a drama mama this week, but I don't blame them. They hate each other. When you hate somebody that bad, it brings the worst out in you. It does.
Just 2 more quick questions. BJ Penn, did you have a chance to talk to him after the fight tonight, and what was his mindset? What is he thinking?
I didn't see BJ. BJ's a legend in this sport. He went down to Brazil, trained hard for this thing, got into great shape. The camp was raving about him. He got caught in a submission tonight. BJ Penn is one of the legends of the sport and helped build this company. I would love to see BJ retire. BJ Penn has nothing left to prove. You know, I say it all the time. Fighting is a young man's game. This is not for older men. BJ is a multiple-time world champion in multiple divisions, and he's got nothing to prove. People love him, and he's a legend, and he's done it all, and there's nothing left to do, in my opinion.
And Dana, last one for me. At the last pay-per-view, there was a teaser video that seemed to show like a new championship belt that was dated 12/29. You know, tonight.
Yeah.
Those belts look the same to me. What was that about? What happened?
Oh, the shit show that went on this week. You know what I mean? We felt it wasn't the right time to do it. We were going to do it in Vegas and do it in Vegas, but we're going to do it in Brooklyn. Then we're gonna officially release the new belt. So you have the classic, you know, belts that that Meyerowitz used to give out and we gave out for the first couple of fights. Then during, we'll call it the Fertitta era, we had those belts, and then now we have a new belt for the new era starting on ESPN and all the other things that we're working on right now. I'm telling you guys, and this is exciting not just for me, my staff, the fighters, and everybody else. The stuff that we are working on right now that's going to happen in the next couple of years with ESPN, things that we're doing in-house, and all these changes that we're making, this is a game changer for the sport. It's going to be big for everybody involved.
What is next for Alexander Gustafsson, do you think? Where does he go from here?
I don't know. You know, this is one of those situations where he needs to go home, take some time off, spend some time with his family, and then figure out what he wants next.
Is it possible to get a fourth title shot in the future, or?
Well, it depends on what he does from here on out. You know, he's got a couple fights to win before he even starts talking about being back in the picture for a title shot.
What do you make of the fight him against Jones?
Yeah, listen, they both had a lot of time off, and they were both coming in rusty. And I saw that, you know, when you look at the fight early, Gustafsson looked good. And he was getting to Jones, and then he got kicked in the shin. And you could tell that he got hurt with that leg kick that Jon hit him with. And then I'm sure he went, I don't know this for fact, but I'm sure he went back to the corner. And they said, his legs are hurt, go out there and shoot on him and take him down and try to finish the fight. I'm assuming that's what happened. I don't know, but it makes sense.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dana, I wanted to ask you about Jones and how he approached the fight. It seemed like in the first two rounds, I tweeted, I said he looks maybe more like Mayweather than the old Jon Jones, you know, staying on the outside and kicking and just scoring points. And then in the third round, it seemed like it became the Jon Jones that we had known for so many years. Did you see that, and why do you think, was it just the rust that would require him to take a couple rounds before he got into that?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. You guys got to ask him that when he comes out here. But yeah, I agree. I think he had a slow start. And, I don't know if he was just taking his time and pacing himself. He's got to go 5 rounds with Gustafsson, who's tough and you know, can definitely go 5 rounds himself. Tried to bust him up the best he could, and then went in for the kill when he hurt his leg and shot on him.
And do you feel like there's any chance that he, you know, we're starting to, not that he's declining, but we're seeing, you know, as a slow, you know, he's not the same guy that he was when he was 27 or whatever. Is there any chance that we're seeing that now? That's what this is?
That's always possible. I don't think we saw it here tonight in this fight. Because, you know, not a bad game plan in the way that this thing played out for him now that it's over and he won. But we have to see from here on out. You know, the big question about Jon Jones is this. He made it to this fight. This fight needed to happen. He did not test positive for a PED. All, you know, we've been through all that shit last week. We know. Now what needs to happen is Jon Jones needs to pass his drug test that the California State Athletic Commission is taking. And honestly, off the top of my head right here, I don't know if they're testing for recreational drugs or what the deal is. But Jon Jones needs to stay on the straight and narrow, stay out of trouble, stay in the gym. I would love to keep him busy this year with all the great things that we have going on right now. And we'll find out where Jon Jones is as far as timing, age, you know, all these other things.
One other question about the heavyweights or the light heavyweights. Is Brock completely out of the picture now? Is that no longer an option?
No, he's not. He's not out of the
So
picture.
there still is a chance that you could sign him?
Absolutely.
Okay. What has been the holdup?
I think he's already under contract with me.
Well, I mean, it's seeming like there's been, you know, it's looked.
Yeah. So we were talking about it, and then he ended up signing a new deal with WWE. What I think happens is, you know, he's in a very unique position because he can play this thing between UFC and WWE, and they get right down to the wire. And I think Vince throws so much money at him that he says, all right, I'll do it again. Because this is here no matter what. When he's ready, he can come in here and fight, and he's going to make a shitload of money here too. So it makes sense. I'm assuming that's what's going on.
Who would you like better for Brock if he fights
One of the
Jones
things
or
that
DC?
you guys know about me is I don't wait for anybody. I'm not fucking waiting around for anybody. So I'm rolling with the business. Guy doesn't want to fight this year, it's all good. It doesn't matter who you are, how big you are, what your deal is. You don't want to fight? Do your thing. When you're ready to fight, you come back and talk to me, and we'll figure something out.
Who would be better, him or DC? Or Jones or DC against
They're
Brock?
both good. Those are both good fights. I think Jones, DC, and Stipe are all three good fights for Cormier, if Cormier wants to do 3 more fights.
And if I could ask you a couple about Amanda, do you feel like, you know, beating Valentina, beating Ronda, beating Miesha Tate, and now beating Chris?
She's the best ever.
She's the best ever?
How can you deny it? You can't deny that she's the best ever. That's what this fight was for. You know, this fight was to find out. But if you look at her resume and who she's beat, she's the best ever. You can't. Nobody can dispute that. You can try and you can say some stupid shit, but she's the best ever.
And lastly, about her, can you quantify like her punching power? Because I don't know that we've ever seen a woman fighter that punched the way she punches.
I agree. And the other thing was, one of her big things going into this fight, which Cyborg talked about a lot, she's like, I need 9 months. I need to put weight on. She's like, I'm going to go fight this chick. This chick's going to come in at 165 pounds. I need to put more weight on or whatever. I don't necessarily always believe in that. You know, when you put more weight on, it slows you down. You know, you're not used to carrying that kind of weight for 5 rounds. The list goes on and on of reasons that I don't think that's absolutely necessary. But she looked damn good tonight. She looked strong. Not only was she dropping bombs, she was taking big shots too and walking right through them like it was nothing. So maybe there is something to it. That's a big thing for GSP too. Remember? GSP always said, I'm not going up to 85 unless I have the time to put the weight on the right way and all that stuff. I always haven't been a believer in it, but seems to work. And what the hell do I know?
Dana over here.
Yep. Hey.
Were you stunned in the fashion of which Cyborg lost tonight?
Yeah. I mean, listen, some of the guys that I talked to this week, you guys, I said I picked this to be the fight of the night. I thought it was going to be the fight of the night. And it obviously went the way that I thought it would go, but I thought it would be that way, but much longer. I thought those two were going to, because those two didn't waste any time. They went out and started blasting from the minute the bell rang. And that's what I expected. And I expected that to go on for a while until somebody started to get tired or somebody got clipped. It's like the Mendez-Volkanovski fight was exactly the way I thought it would be, except it didn't start that fast. I thought it would start right away. It took a minute, but I expected that fight to go that way, and one of them was going to get.
And when you're sitting there watching this, and you can kind of feel the wave in the arena of everyone getting fired up.
Yeah.
You're thinking like, holy shit, she's going to end it right here, like everybody else was thinking.
Yeah. It was. I mean, the roof came off that place when that fight ended. It was, you know, that was as exciting a fight as you'll ever see. And what makes it even bigger are the stakes. You know, you have 2 of the baddest women fighting to see who the baddest is, both world champions in 2 different weight classes, and they come out and start bombing like that. It's just, there's nothing more fun. You couldn't ask for anything better, and that type of a fight with what was at stake.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Dana, so if I can just get you to clarify, Alexander Gustafsson could potentially get a 4th chance depending on his next couple of fights.
Well, we have to see what happens. First of all, sitting here right now, I don't know what Gustafsson wants to do. I don't even know what the guy wants to do.
Have you spoken to him?
No. In the octagon, I saw him and asked him if he was okay, but that's it. You know, I don't know what he wants to do. I'm sure he wants to go home, be with his family, and relax for a while, and then he can figure out what's next. When we do figure out what's next, you know, he's got to get out there. I don't know how many times he's going to fight this year, who he's going to fight, if he's going to win, how he's going to win, any of those things. There's so many factors that go into where he ends up.
And you've mentioned previously that you're hoping to see Conor return sometime this year. Do you have any idea against who? There's been talk about Poirier.
Well, unfortunately, we haven't gone before the Nevada State Athletic Commission yet. That still hasn't happened. I don't know what the hell's going to go on until that happens.
In an ideal world, who would you want to see him against?
In my world, I mean, I think everybody. I'm like Conor to fight next weekend and the weekend after that. But we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with Nevada. And then, you know, if you look at what we've got right now, you got Conor hopefully coming back in the summer or sometime around there. We got Khabib, who will come back after his suspension. You got Tony in there now. Max Holloway could possibly move up in that weight division. There's so many great things that can happen in that division right now, but none of it can even begin to play out or even begin to think about it until this stuff's done in Nevada.
And finally, Alex Volkanovski, he was obviously on top of him, you know, over the moon after his victory. He beat a number 5 guy. You know, Moicano didn't make weight when he was supposed to. How far is Volkanovski from a title shot?
Yeah, listen, he beat a real guy tonight. You know, beating Mendez is a big deal. I have a lot of respect for that guy. He's been in some incredible fights. I mean, his fight with Jose Aldo in Brazil was one of the best fights I've ever seen. And, yeah, beating him's a big deal. So he's in a very good position right now, and we'll see what happens. Thank you.
Dana over here. This was the last show in the Televisa TV contract in Mexico. You guys are starting with Fox Sports again next month. What are your expectations for next year for Mexico? Cain Velasquez just announced he's coming back, and I don't know. It's been talks about a Contender Series, probably coming back with a pay-per-view because it haven't happened since 2015. Last time Cain Velasquez fought in Mexico.
I'm not sure what your question was, but. Yes, I mean, I say it all the time. Mexico is very important to us. I've always been focused on Mexico. Cain Velasquez is coming back in a great fight with Francis Ngannou. And, you know, we got to see how he does, and then we'll go from there. And are you asking when we're coming back to Mexico?
Yeah, is it possible to come back with a pay-per-view depending on Cain?
Yeah.
Or
absolutely.
Kelvin Gastelum,
absolutely.
champion? I don't know, some Mexican
sir.
fighter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Dana.
Hi.
Hi. Here, over here.
Hi.
Hi. So you said that if Gustafsson won, you were maybe going to Sweden. Is that still a possibility in the next future?
Yeah, we can still. Listen, you've been to the Sweden events, right? They're ridiculous. They're amazing. The fans over there are incredible. We sell that place out every time we go. It's so fun. Yes, we can end up back in Sweden, even though he didn't win.
Do you have any idea when?
I do not, sir.
So this is obviously a sad day for Swedish MMA fans, but David Tamer has been racking up win after win. When can we expect him to get a crack at the top 15?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. That's a great question and a fair question. He looks incredible, and I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Do you think he deserves it?
Do you think what?
Do you think?
Could we have a worse place for a press conference right now?
I agree.
It's like we're at the airport.
Do you think David Tamer deserves a top 15 next?
Sure.
And lastly, Jack Hermanson looked great in his last couple of fights. Do you think he is ready for that next step?
Who did you say?
Jack Hermanson, the Joker.
I don't know. For me to answer these questions right now, I mean, I got to be in the room. When we do the matchmaking, there's so many things that are involved. Timing, where is it? Who's hurt? Who's available? How many of the top 15 guys already have a fight? There's a lot of things that go into deciding who's next.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you.
Here?
Yep.
Over here.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I may be not an expert in everything, but I didn't understand quite the thing about Jon Jones and the California Commission about possibly testing for whatever.
Well, so here's what happens. So all the stuff that happened before this, the testing and all the stuff. They tested him in California too, but there's drug tests the night of the fight too. You get drug tested tonight or whenever it is, you know. So he has to pass those drug tests too. The difference is when you're in competition, they usually test for recreational drugs too, marijuana, cocaine, and all these different things. Jon Jones' future Depends on a lot of different drug testing. This guy needs to keep passing drug tests. He needs to stay clean, stay straight, keep training, stay in the gym, keep winning, and this guy can completely turn his life around.
Okay, so what would happen if you didn't pass a test after tonight?
I'm going to kill myself.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen, sorry.
Huh?
I wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Some other people in here would.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hey, Dana. Over to your right. Of all the things that Jon Jones is good at, the many things he's good at, is the best thing his ability to block everything else out and get in there and fight? Of all the things that are going on,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
uncanny.
you know what's fascinating about this guy? When you think about him as a fighter, he's one of the strongest people you've ever seen, and physically, mentally, emotionally. All the drama that was going on this week, and not being able to fight in Nevada and all that stuff, he really did keep it together. And I've seen many fighters crack under a lot less pressure. And the thing is with the guy, if he can get his personal life together, who knows what this guy could accomplish? Knows what he could do.
Chris Cyborg is going to her final contract, final fight on her contract now. Is a rematch? Does that make sense? She hasn't lost since 2005. Do you go right back to Cyborg Nunes too?
I don't think you do.
No.
No, I mean, it was a pretty convincing win.
Sure.
So
what do you do with Cyborg then at that point?
Again, I gotta get back in the lab and figure it out. But we'll come up with something for her.
A couple last things. Kat Zingano, that whole situation where she got a toe in the eye. Have you ever seen? Have you ever
No, it's
seen
pretty
that in a
crazy.
fight before?
I've heard of it happening, but I never saw it before. Unfortunate, and one of those just wacky. If you think about an MMA fight between two really good MMA fighters, and the kicks and the punches and the elbows and all the things that fly around, really is a very unique and odd injury. But I've heard of it happening. Happened to the coach there.
Winklejohn.
Winkle, yeah.
Should that be treated like an eye poke? Like a like a
I don't know what you'd call it. It's actually a toe poke, but I don't know. I don't know. It happens so infrequently. It's tough to make a call on that. What's that? Yeah. So apparently,
Yeah.
you heard him.
Last couple of things, Dana. Ryan Hall. What do you make of Ryan Hall? He doesn't fight for 2 years, comes in, submits BJ Penn with a heel hook. I don't know. It's
incredible.
Crazy.
I mean, the one thing that I liked about this, and and I don't want to piss BJ off because I love BJ, but I would like to see BJ retire. So in setting up this fight, it set up the perfect fight where it's a submission match between two incredible submission guys. And for him to submit BJ the way that he did, as fast as he did, it's a big deal for that kid, And I'm sure, like Rogan said, I'm sure he grew up idolizing BJ Penn. So to be able to pull that off it's incredible.
Hall said he's having a hard time finding fights. No one wants to fight him. How do you match
Hall?
him up? Yeah, that's what he said. He said no one wants to fight him. I mean, he's like the ultimate specialist, right?
There's no problem finding fights around here. We can find Hall fights. We can get Hall fights.
And last thing, Nick Diaz, I believe, said recently that he's actually not going to fight George Masvidal on that card in March in Las Vegas. He said he's not doing it. Nick Diaz. Any response? Any clarification on that?
I think that's pretty clear. All you got to do is watch his Instagram. I don't think it looks like he's training for a fight.
So that fight's not happening. That's
Yeah.
it.
No.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah.
So Cyborg was really the only featherweight fighter, pretty much. She and Megan Anderson were really the original featherweights in that division. Now that Amanda is the featherweight champion, do you have her defend that belt? Do you hire new girls to fight on that division? What's the future for that division?
I don't know. I gotta figure that out. I need to talk to Amanda and see what she wants to do, and we'll figure it out.
You said that you saw that fight going kind of what it went and Amanda winning. Why were you confident that Amanda had what it took to take out Cyborg?
Well, I didn't say that I saw that fight going that way and Amanda wins. What I said was, when I called that the fight of the night. I thought that was going to be fight of the night because that's exactly the way I thought the fight would go. That those guys would be blasting each other from bell to bell until somebody fell down. And obviously Amanda came out and made it quick. But I expected that to be that type of a fight is what I was saying.
I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
That's okay.
Now, I have a question about the UFC event in Fortaleza. Jose Aldo is now on that card against Renato Moicano, but that's built the co-main event to Rafael Assunção against Marlon Moraes. Why is that? Why isn't Jose Aldo the main event for that event?
I agree with you 100%, sir. He wanted to be the co-main event. He didn't want to fight 5 rounds. He wanted 3.
So it was Aldo who asked for
Correct.
the co-main event.
Right.
All right.
I agree with you. That should be the main event, 5 rounds, and should be the fight. But he said, I want a 3-round fight. And you don't say no to Jose Aldo.
Are those 2 fights, Rafael versus Marlon and Jose Aldo versus Moicano, number 1 contender fights?
I don't know if I'd call it. Obviously, the Sun Xiao fight is, yeah. That's a number 1 contender fight.
And lastly, I want to ask about something that you were saying during the summer, that the morning weigh-ins were gone and that you guys were going back to just having the ceremonial weigh-ins be the official weigh-ins.
Right.
Since then, you haven't mentioned anything, and it stayed all throughout the year. What happened?
That's a good question. I don't remember what the hell happened to that. You're right. I forgot about that. I don't remember what happened.
Does it mean that the morning weigh-ins
I think that a lot of
stayed?
people were complaining about it, the fighters and stuff, and maybe we just said, okay, then we won't do it. I don't remember exactly, though. We could find out from my people. I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think that was what happened.
And do the flyweight division stays after Cejudo versus Dillashaw?
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Dana, you just mentioned that the Stockholm cards are typically pretty crazy. Are there any plans to expand to any of the other Nordic countries? For instance, Finland has Makwan Amirkhani, Teemu Packalén. A number of different countries have really active and excitable fights.
Yeah, I say this all the time. I mean, we're going to go everywhere. We're going to continue to go everywhere. And some of the things that I said earlier we're working on for 19 and 20, I say this every year, but every year we take the sport to another level. We literally take it to another level every year. And I have to say that this year, the stuff that we're working on is going to be our most progressive year in the history of the company. We got a couple things we need to get through here in the next several months, which I'm very confident will happen. And we're going to blow your minds again.
I'm looking forward to it. Are there any specific plans for countries like Finland, though?
No, not right now, off the top of my head.
Thank you.
There's a guy named Pete Dropic who handles all of our venues and scheduling, and we all get in a room, we sit down, we start looking at different places, what's available, when, what fighters are available for those shows, and we make decisions to move into a new city or a new country or, whatever it might be. So a lot of that stuff isn't in place yet. We're still working on it, especially now with ESPN. Schedule is actually tougher to make with ESPN because these guys are wall to wall with, with sports.
Dana, it sounds like you do have a lot of exciting stuff coming up next year. When you look back on 2018, though, I mean, there were some highs and obviously some difficult times in general. I mean, how do you characterize 2018?
That was a great year. I feel it was a great year for us, a great year for the sport. Our last year with Fox in a 7-year deal, these guys were amazing to us. It was a really great relationship. It was fun, and then as far as lows, this is a crazy ass business we're in. I mean, we just moved this event in 3 days. There's always something going on here. This business is worse than a hair salon, man. It's so much drama and crazy bullshit in this business, but it's part of what makes it so fun too.
And then obviously there's a big card coming up in Australia with Volkanovski's win. I mean, Robert Whittaker is obviously a big star doing amazing things.
Yeah.
What can you sort of point at that you guys did so right in that market?
Listen, Australia is full of fight fans, man. That whole area over there is insane, and that's another one. I can't remember because feels like it was 3 years ago to me. But we put that thing on sale and it sold out in like a day or hours or something. I can't remember how fast, but it sold out so fast. You know, Israel versus Anderson Silva, and then obviously the main event with Whitaker and Gastelum. That card's going to be sick. I'm flying over there for that one. I can't wait. And, you know, for those of you from the media that have never seen a fight live in Australia, trust me, go to this event. The crowd is insane. It's going to be a very, very fun event. I hope I answered your question.
Then one of the first things that Amanda Nunes said is, Dana, I have to be in a Hall of Fame. What's your comments on it?
She said, Dana, I have to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
You're a little young, lady. Calm down. Slow down. She's obviously going to be in the Hall of Fame eventually. She's the greatest female fighter ever.
That's the first thing she said. And
Yeah.
also a question. A lot of fighters from Russia that have a problem getting a visa to America, would you like them fight in other countries, or will we see more of UFC events in Russia?
Well, it's not like we've never had issues before, you know, getting people into the country and all these different things. We have our team that works on that does an incredible job. And yeah, if we usually have those issues with people, we'll put them in fights in other, you know, you can fight in England or you can fight over here, or you can fight over there. We figure it out.
Will we see more UFC events in Russia in 2019?
Yes. Thank you. We good? You done with me? Oh, this guy, go ahead.
Hi, Dana. Just wanted to ask you if there was any sort of contingency plan in place in case Nevada is ready to suspend Jon Jones when they reconvene.
I don't think that happens. I don't think that happens. I mean, listen, if that was the case with Nevada, if Nevada was seriously concerned about it, the reality is Nevada couldn't do a hearing. They could have done it on Friday. And I talked about with some guys the other day. I'm a degenerate gambler, but I ain't that much of a gambler, okay? I wasn't willing to risk that. If I have an ace and the dealer has an ace, I'm taking even money all day. So we moved the thing to California. They could have stopped us from moving to California. They could have told California they weren't comfortable with it. I don't see Jon Jones having a problem getting a license in Nevada. He didn't do anything wrong.
Gut feeling or lines of communication open with Nevada right now about what you can expect when they reconvene?
I don't know what to expect, but I would be blown away if they didn't give him a license to fight in Nevada. It makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. We good? Yeah, go ahead, buddy. Yeah, it's coming.
Hey, Dana, so, you know, you and Oscar have been sparring again and back and forth. What's really at the source of your conflicts here?
What started, first of all, this all started with him telling people not to watch Mayweather versus McGregor. Who does that, you know? Then he came out and said that, you know, he basically lied about what guys had been paid, what we were paying fighters, what Chuck Liddell made, what Tito made. He's a liar. And I called him out for being a piece of shit and a liar, basically.
And, you know, he's said that he's going to try to take over with his MMA, of course. And you've talked about boxing. Are you still trying to get into it? Now you're with Roy Jones.
Wait till you see what we do this year. Wait till you see what happens with Oscar De La Hoya in the next 3 years.
So what's your prediction for the zone?
Listen, you guys know me, man. Some of you have known me for a long time. You want to battle? I'm your guy. I'm your guy. Let's do it. Good? Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
Let's go.
Alex, I know it's a disappointing night for you, and it's still fresh. But I mean, considering how long you built up to this moment, what is the feeling like for you right now?
I'm disappointed, very disappointed. But it's a sport and it's a fight, so we did our best there in the octagon, and this was the outcome. So I just have to take it like a man.
Couldn't help but notice the limp on the way up. Update us on your condition. What happened? When did that injury occur?
No, I just hurt my groin in there, and Jon, he knew exactly what to do to stop my footwork and stop my movement and my flow, my distance, and so he just made sure I couldn't move anymore. That was it. It took me down, and I couldn't get up, and yeah, that was it.
You look like you went over and had a pretty lengthy exchange with them. Can you share with us what was said between you two after the fight?
No, we just mutual respect. This is sport. At the end of the day, we share a bond, being there for the second time, and it's just a moment of sportsmanship and respect.
And lastly, for me, I know you don't want to make excuses, but this was one crazy week. Any regrets at all that maybe you didn't say, yeah, let's do some more?
Hell no. No. I'm glad I took the fight, and I'm glad that I had to, I got to fight Jon again, and it's just been a good ride, and I've been enjoying it every minute of it, and yeah, it is what it is. It's a sport. It's fighting business. It's a crazy business, and it hurts. Sometimes it's good days, and sometimes you have bad days.
Hi, Alex. Over here. Hi. Did it feel different being in there with Jon this time compared to your first fight?
No, not at all. He got me very, very early in the first round, very early, and after that, I just shut down. I wasn't tired. I had my conditioning in. I felt good, and we had our exchanges and everything. But he just shut me down very early in the first round, and that was it. And I couldn't move at all. So, and I told that to my corner too, and all that. He did exactly what he's supposed to do, and he made sure he won the fight, and all credit to him.
Do you feel any different about his recent doping test now after being knocked out and him being able to compete?
No. It is what it is, and we're here. And at the end of the day, we just two men in an octagon competing to each other. So there's no excuses. There's nothing like that at all. It is what it is, and he was the better man today.
And what's next for you? What do you say about your future?
Going home to my kids.
And fighting-wise? Fighting-wise, what do you see?
Let's see what happens. We just have to heal up from this, and then we take it from there and move on. It's a sport. Sometimes you lose and sometimes you win, and that's how it is.
You want to continue in light heavyweight?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Alex. Couldn't help but notice you walked into the same walkout song you had when you and Jones first met at UFC 165. I'm assuming that was intentional, but what was some of the reasoning behind it?
No, just like you said, it was. I had it the first time, and I have good memories from it, and also Avicii passed away, and it was just a good way for me to honor him, and yeah, that was it, and I like the song.
Good answer. And could you just detail what exactly was the game plan going into this rematch? Because I'm assuming obviously you approached it differently than the first.
No, I wanted to move. I want to stay light, move around and like I always do basically. But yeah, after that first exchange, I couldn't follow up my game plan, and then I was then I was more on his distance, and I was working on my boxing there, and. But he moved around, and I couldn't really follow his movement. And no, I fought his game today.
And your friend and teammate Dr. Latifi unfortunately lost as well.
It was a bad night for the Vikings today.
Yeah, right. Did you have a chance to talk to him, or?
Yeah, of course. No, he's fine, and he's an athlete, and he's gonna come back stronger from this.
And we asked Dana before, can Gustafsson still get another title shot if things go well? And he seemed pretty open to it. I mean, obviously, that's not on your mind right now, but do you think maybe down the road that you could see yourself fighting for a title again?
Yeah, I'm not. It's not over yet. So let's see what's next. And like always, you do this for a reason, and is to compete with the best guys out there, and that's what I will do, and I will do it as long as I think it's fun. And yeah.
All right, we look forward to seeing it.
Thank you.
Dziękuję.
Alexander, här. I know. I really need you to answer in Swedish because I'm from Swedish radio. Would you mind?
Yeah, no, of course.
Kan du förklara vad var det som hände i första ronden som gjorde att du påverkade hur du kunde röra dig?
Han satte ett knä tidigt i första ronden och efter det så kunde jag inte röra mig. Så att jag ska göra en liten magnet när jag kommer hem på mitt vad fan heter det? Groin. Ljumsken, ja, tack. Så att jag kunde inte röra mig efter det. Och det var typ det. Och sen försökte jag kliva in och boxas med istället och det funkar inte riktigt. Han är bäst i världen av en anledning. Och han ser när du är skadad, när du har ont och inte har ont. Liksom. Och han utnyttjade det och gjorde vad han skulle göra för att vinna. Så att all respekt till honom.
Och det avgörande ögonblicket, alltså det som hände i tredje ronden när han får ner det där, vad hände då?
Nej, jag kunde inte röra mig på grund av min ljumske. Jag vet inte, jag får kolla upp när jag kommer hem. Men mitt fotarbete var borta och sen kunde jag liksom inte riktigt ta stöd heller. Så att det är sånt som händer. Han visste exakt vart han träffade, det var precision, det var teknik och han är ju duktig av en anledning så att han gjorde vad han behövde göra för att få slut med helt enkelt.
Du sa att det var en dålig kväll för Vikingarna. Du är ju enormt populär i Sverige och jag tror många är jättebesvikna. Men vad kan du säga om framtiden och vad du kommer göra härnäst liksom?
Nej, vi tar det härifrån. Nu får vi se vad de har för planer för mig och så. Jag ska väl hem och bara ta det lite lugnt en stund och sen tillbaka igen. Jag har varit borta 1,5 år och jag vill inte liksom ha den långa breaken. Jag vill liksom in tillbaka igen och vara aktiv och köra liksom. Det är en sport vi håller på med och det handlar om att vara så aktiv som möjligt hela tiden. Och det är min tanke nu. Jag är i bra form och det känns skitbra. Det är bara att jag har lite ont i benet, allt.
Nu ska ju han ska ju dopningstestas igen efter den här matchen. Det snackade Dana White om och av Kalifornien och så här. Men vad säger du om hela den här historien som har varit kring det här?
Nej, det är tråkigt alltså. Det är klart att det är. Jag menar, det finns väl en anledning till varför han inte hade ett rent urintest. Men vi kan spekulera. Vi har gjort det hela veckan och jag bara känner nu att nu har vi haft våran strid och han vann, han var en bättre man än idag och allt det andra spelar inte ingen roll för mig just nu utan jag tar det som en man och jag kommer hem och tar hand om mina skador och sen tillbaka på det bara.
Tack så mycket, tack.
Tack.
Hey Alex, so you said you're going to stick around at light heavyweight, but I'm wondering, is a move to heavyweight a possibility in the future? You're a big guy and you have talked about it before.
Yeah, of course. The heavyweight division is also an alternative, but yeah, I have no idea. Let's see. I'm here to fight, either if it's a light heavy or heavy. I have to talk to my coaches, my team, and see what's next.
Can you explain how much this rematch against Jon Jones meant for you?
Well, it meant everything to me. This is not football or tennis. We are practicing it, and it's pure fighting, and every fight is life changing for you. So it meant everything to me, and it's a big setback for me now losing to Jon again. So yeah, but at the end of the day, it's a sport, and we do this because we love it. So
you still have a close loss to DC. That was a classic war. Is that a rematch that you're going to maybe go after now?
No, sorry. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I just take the next fight to give me. I have to start all over again, and that's the way this business works.
Lastly, I want to ask a question in Swedish. Uppenbarligen hela landet står bakom det. Det är jättemånga som supportar dig. Kan du bara ge ett meddelande till fansen, alla som har stöttat dig inför den här matchen?
Jag är jätteledsen för att jag gjort många besvikna och ledsna där hemma. Vi kom hit som det var inte bara jag som slogs idag, utan det var en hel nation och jag har verkligen känt hela veckan och stödet hemifrån och så. Så att det är en otroligt stor besvikelse. Men samtidigt så visar det också hur starka vi är och att vi har varandra bakom, vi har varandras ryggar helt enkelt. Och det är väl det som betyder någonting i slutet av dagen. Och jag längtar till att få komma hem till vårt vackra Sverige och liksom ta det därifrån.
Tack Alex. Thank you.
Back here. Hi, back here. Sorry. So you and Jon had a great fight in the first one. What was the biggest difference the second time around? Did you see something different in him?
No, not really. Not really. He just keeps a very high level of fighting. That's it. I was prepared for it. I was prepared for it. It was just he just caught me this time. He caught me this time, and that's it. But I didn't notice anything about if he was stronger or faster or anything like that. He went for his takedowns. He used his kicks a lot, and I was prepared for that. You know, he just had a really good move today, and he shut me down.
Anyone else? We're done, Alex.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
Well, Amanda, that was quite the scene inside the arena tonight. It was a pretty special moment. I imagine you're still pretty riled up after that. But what is the emotion right now? What are you feeling?
Very happy, you know. It's the moment that I waited for my whole life. Make history. Tonight I did it once again. I want to sit down and watch everything, like, incredible. I'm very happy.
You were always confident, and you always said you would win this fight, but did you know that you could go in and go in a firefight and just stand in the pocket with Cyborg, who most people thought that was impossible? Did you know you could win that kind of fight?
Yeah. You know, I say in all my interviews, I train in the gym with all those guys in the America top team. Like, I still move forward when got hate for those guys. I know she not be able to knock me out. I know. And I was so ready tonight. Nothing's gonna stop me to do what I want to do tonight. And when she connects the couple punch, I say like, oh, I'm gonna walk for now. And she's strong, she's powerful, she's always a great champion. I respect Chris a lot, but tonight I knew it's gonna be my night. I knew I'm gonna be the one, you know, and happy. I'm very happy.
I know you want to enjoy the moment, but you talked about being in the Hall of Fame. I mean, now you've got 2 belts. Give us an idea. How do you see your career going from here? And not necessarily names, but are you wanting to try and defend both those belts? Are you, there's talks, should the featherweight division even exist anymore now that you beat Cyborg? I mean, what do you see for your future?
I don't know. I have to sit down with my coach and see the next step, It's too soon to talk about. And I have to celebrate, I have to talk to my family in Brazil. People going crazy in Brazil right now. My country, I'm so happy to be able to, make them happy, And I can't wait to go to Brazil to celebrate with everybody there. I know it was very hard for all the Brazilian people. 2 champions, 2 Brazilians. I know it was very hard, but ended up staying in Brazil, And I'm very happy for that.
I guess, Amanda, congratulations. That was a great win for you. The first punch you hit her with, it seemed like she slipped and maybe was in trouble. Did that surprise you, the fact that it just took 1 punch for you to get her in trouble?
Yeah, actually, I know I hit hard. I know, but sometimes you never know, Things can happen. You can be you have to be ready for everything. And when I connected my first punch, I saw she got wrong a little bit. And I say, oh, imagine if I connected the next one. And when my coach tell me, when you hate her the first time, you're gonna go crazy to try to kill you. And then it was exactly what happened. And that was the key of the fight. Get her to get crazy, to come forward. And then you can connect your overhand and top her jab. And then we train that over and over because we know it's going to happen.
Did you sense when you hit a couple of those big right hands, could you feel the power coming off her punches? Was she hitting less hard as the fight went on? Because she landed on you fairly consistently as you were landing on her. Did you feel her power decreasing as the fight went on?
No, actually her power was the same. But I feel like my distance was very well. And it was be able to take a little her distance out. And I was be able to connect first every time. And my distance and be fast was the key tonight.
When you talked about, you had to get in that firefight with her, obviously you can't keep your head on that center line right there because you let her crack you, and that's something. So was that something you worked on in terms of moving your head and not being a stationary target even as you're moving forward?
Yeah. I always train to move my head, and I knew tonight I have to be fast and smart, and this is MMA. You're going to get hit anytime. And when she connects the first one, then I saw oh, she's not gonna do anything with that to me. I'm gonna walk forward. I'm gonna be fast and move my head and throw overhand, bomb overhand, and I know I'm gonna get that done. And that happened.
With the wins, wins over Miesha Tate and Ronda Rousey and Valentina Shevchenko and now Cyborg, you've beaten the greatest fighters in the history of the sport. What does that fact alone mean to you, and how does it feel to know that everybody is now calling you the greatest women's fighter of all time?
Feel amazing. This is the moment that I waited for, make history and be happy with myself, be happy with what I'm capable of, and I'm happy. This is the only word that I have right now.
And I just want to ask you one thing to go back. When you fought Kat Zingano that fight, and that was a fight you probably could have won, and you lost it. And you think back now to that time, you were probably pretty low at that point, weren't you? And could you see in such a short period of time climbing so much distance, beating so many great fighters, one of whom's already in the Hall of Fame, and the other ones who already probably will be in the Hall of Fame? Could you foresee it happening as quickly for you as it did at that moment?
that fight was the fight changing me as an athlete. That fight against Cat Zingano helped me a lot. Like, to becoming who I am today, that fight needed to happen. In what way? Oh, you know, changing, like, to be more calm, you know, to be more confident, and training smart. You know, I used to train only training, like go to the gym and then do everything hard as possible, think it is the way it's supposed to be, but it's not. You have to train smart. You have to have coaches around you is smart as well, and I have, you know, I have my team behind me. Behind America Top Team is the best team on the planet, and we are smart, and this was the key.
Hey, Amanda, congratulations off to your right over here. You came out of the cage in celebration right after the knockout, and I think you went over to Dana White, right? You went over to Dana. What did you say to him?
Come here and celebrate with me. Because I text him. I text directly to Dana White. I won this fight. Make this happen for me, please. And then he texted me back, I will make this happen for you. And that's why I went to him, and then I wanted he celebrated with me.
When did you text him that?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, but was right after I fight, maybe against Holly Holmes, right? I think so. And then I text him, and then he said, "You got this." I said, "Okay, let me know. I need some time because I need to get ready. You know, I'm very small right now. 135 is making me walk around like very small, and let me put it some weight, and I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna take that belt. I'm 100% sure. Make this happen, Dana." And then he make it tonight. I prove I was right about that.
Did you feel almost better at 145 than you usually do at 135? Because it seemed like, I mean, you looked pretty terrifying in there.
Yeah, actually I did. Because I eat very well. Was good camp. You know, I have a couple injuries line up in this camp. I have to stop like 1 week. When I come back from Nunes fight, I got sick, and I have to stop once again to like recovery, and I have to stop. And it's always hard to stop when your camp is like when the fight's right in the corner, and you concern a lot. But I keep focusing. You know, when I was at home, I still like working my brain to be strong and work very well.
Chris hadn't lost since 2005. Obviously, it was a pretty definitive win for you tonight. But would you consider giving her a rematch, considering she hasn't lost in so long?
I don't know. Let's see. I wanna like go home and then sit down with my coach. This moment is huge in my life. You know, I have to process it. I can't think about anything else right now, honest. And see what is gonna happen next.
Most important question. Does this mean Nina gets her car now, her new car?
I got it, the bonus.
You did.
I did it. Boom.
There you
Nina
go.
spreads her car.
It's on video now, so
But
you can't renege.
Yeah, but when I was in Vegas, my sinusite was pretty bad. Like the whole week, I look at Nina like, this is crazy again. No, like we have to do something about that. I have to talk to Sarah to see the medicine because I can't fight like that. My head was crazy. And then when I wake up, the fight's gonna move to LA. Whew. Like I have to go to a better client, you know? And then when I saw that, I say like everything's in my favor. Like even that. Move the whole card. Like this is amazing. And I was very happy, you know? And I have a lot of respect for Cyborg too. You know, she's a great fighter. You know, I was very happy to share the cage with her. And I hope she do well.
For so long, the sport was about Cyborg and Ronda Rousey, and you've knocked both of them out within 1 minute. Can you talk about the similarities in those fights? What was the common denominator for both?
I think the things it reminded me a lot tonight was be calm, composing. Everything lined up to this fight was exact how it was lined up for Ronda Rousey's fight. Calm, smart, composed, fast, strong, and everything. Like everything, do everything the right moment.
And you, obviously, when you talk about the next fight, I think Valentina made it very clear in Toronto that she wants to fight you again. Do you see that as the most likely fight at 135?
She have 2 times. 2 times she have. Tonight is not about Valentina.
Thank you.
Amanda?
Oi.
Oi. O Dana conversou com a gente agora há pouco e ele falou, né, que você é a melhor da história. Ele até mencionou que eventualmente você vai fazer parte do Hall da Fama. Enfim, fica calmo em relação a isso. E que ele garantiu que você será uma grande estrela da companhia após essa vitória. Como você vê essa declaração do Dana White e o quanto você esperava esse reconhecimento, não só de ser a melhor da história que você falou antes, mas de ter esse respaldo de agora você vai ser uma grande estrela da companhia, né?
Estou muito feliz. Eu estou feliz comigo mesmo. Isso é o mais importante. Entendeu? Depois que tudo aconteceu, tudo que aconteceu na minha vida, vocês acompanharam. Assim, eu sempre estava bem, nunca me preocupei com tem que me promover, tem que me promover. Eu vou ser a pessoa que vou fazer isso. Entendeu? Eu vou mudar essa história. E assim fico muito feliz que Dana White deu essa entrevista falando. Eu acho que é muito importante, né? Ele agora tem uma campeã em 2 categorias. Acho que nunca aconteceu no UFC. E estou fazendo história mais uma vez, né? E assim, a minha vida é assim, eu sempre tenho que provar. Eu gosto disso. Isso me faz forte. A atleta que eu sou hoje é por causa dessas coisas que acontecem em minha vida. Então, eu só agradeço por ser forte, por continuar evoluindo mentalmente. Eu acho que o mais importante é entrar e fazer história, ganhar a luta. É isso que eu penso. E assim, eu estou muito feliz com minha vida, muito feliz com tudo que eu tenho hoje através do meu trabalho, né? Através das pessoas que sempre esteve ao meu lado me ajudando, meus coaches, minha família, sempre acreditou, minha namorada, my fiancé. Então, assim, eu estou muito feliz. Eu acho que agora, então, a felicidade daqui para frente vai ser em dobro.
Certo. Você mencionou sobre fazer história. Um ponto que me chama a atenção é da categoria de baixo, da 5-7 a Valentina, você já venceu 2 vezes. A da de cima seria a Cris, que também é a sua categoria, você venceu. Da sua categoria, a Ronda e a Misha, você venceu também. Das campeãs, a única que falta, entre aspas, é a Holly Holm. Mas eu me refiro ao legado, né, essa coisa de fazer história. Depois de ter feito isso, venceu, juntando a Ronda, a Misha e a Cyborg, não dá 5 minutos, as 3 lutas. Depois de ter feito tudo isso, a primeira 2 campeãs, a primeira brasileira a vencer, o que fazer para aumentar esse legado?
Eu acho que eu vou lutar com o Daniel Cormier agora. Tô brincando. Vamos ver, né? Daqui para frente, o que vai acontecer. Aí tudo muda rápido nesse mundo, viu? MMA é uma caixinha de surpresa aí. Vamos ver o que tem para mim. Eu acho que essa noite é minha. Eu não vou chamar ninguém, não vou desafiar ninguém. Essa noite eu vou aproveitar. Essa noite é minha. E ninguém vai tirar isso de mim. No momento agora, eu só quero aproveitar, tomar uma cervejinha, relaxar, falar com minha família. Vou para o Brasil comemorar com o meu povo brasileiro que esse título é nosso. Continuou no Brasil, né? Sou muito feliz. Sou muito feliz também por ser brasileira. Tenho um orgulho grande pelo Brasil. Eu tive que sair do país para conquistar os meus sonhos. No momento, quando eu saí do país, eu realmente tinha que sair, senão eu ia parar de lutar. O UFC não estava no Brasil ainda, não tinha shows ainda, então eu tinha que fazer algo para isso tudo hoje acontecer. Então, e agora eu vou retornar ao Brasil e vou levar essa felicidade para o meu povo brasileiro. E eu espero que estejam todos felizes lá. Eu sei que algumas pessoas vão estar tristes pela crise e tudo, mas faz parte, entendeu, do show. Alguém tem que perder, alguém tem que ganhar. E hoje eu saí vitoriosa.
Mas 2 perguntas bem rápidas para matar aqui. A primeira, eu já te vi emocionada algumas vezes depois das suas lutas em vitórias, né? A de hoje tem algum motivo especial? Você consegue comparar com as outras lutas e o que seria de diferente?
Assim, hoje é diferente, né? Campeã em 2 categorias. Entrar para a história dessa forma tem um gostinho mesmo especial, maravilhoso, surreal, sem explicação. Eu ainda tenho que ver como tudo aconteceu, tenho que olhar, assistir tudo de novo. A minha entrada, como eu estava ali no momento da luta, tudo. Eu quero dar uma olhada assim geral, onde eu estava mentalmente ali, né, para poder continuar repetindo isso no futuro. Então, eu preciso sentar e ver tudo isso. Um momento grandioso, estou muito feliz.
Certo. Para terminar, por favor, se você pudesse explicar em português aquela questão do qual foi a chave, o momento chave da luta, apesar de ser rápida, mas o que decidiu.
O momento chave da luta foi quando ela conectou, né, os primeiros golpes, que eu me surpreendi, tipo, eu esperava algo, eu estava esperando, eu treinei assim, né, para esperar aquela coisa, aquela agressividade, aquele soco forte, aquela coisa toda que a gente sabe que a Cris é um atleta forte, é um atleta que vem para decidir a luta, então você tem que estar esperando, né? Então, quando ela conectou, que eu senti, aí eu pensei logo, agora vou botar minha estratégia aqui que nada me para. Se o melhor soco dela não me parou, nada vai me parar aqui nesse momento agora. Então, acho que tá preparada para absorver, né? E tá rápida na hora de atacar. Acho que foi chave na minha vitória.
Amanda, aqui no centro. O que vocês conversaram logo depois da luta, né? Você estava no chão emocionada, ela veio no chão te cumprimentar e vocês passaram muito tempo abraçadas. O que vocês falaram ali naquele momento?
Eu falei para a Cris que eu tenho muito respeito por ela, né? Pelo trabalho, por tudo que ela fez pela categoria. E, assim, tudo que ela falou durante todo o caminho para a luta, para mim eu já esqueci, né? Não vou levar nada para mim, o que passou, tudo isso já passou e a nossa amizade, o respeito que eu tenho pela Cris continua, entendeu? Então, acho que eu queria falar isso para ela, que até ajudou também, né, a promover a luta de uma certa forma, né, que o fã gosta dessa coisa também. Então, mas eu deixei bem claro para ela, já esqueci tudo e agora daqui para frente, qualquer lugar que eu te encontrar, o respeito sempre vai prevalecer.
Você te afetou de alguma forma, te magoou ou te motivou ver tantas lutadoras brasileiras e até tantos especialistas brasileiros dizendo que você não tinha chance, que a Cyborg ia ganhar, era favorita? Isso te motiva mesmo?
Com certeza. É um empurrão enorme, assim, muito grande, muito grande. Me ajuda bastante lutar assim. Eu gosto de lutar assim. As pessoas contra mim, entendeu? Isso é o que me fortalece. E é isso, que provar, né? Provar que para mim que eu posso. Então, hoje à noite foi isso. Provar para mim e para todos ao mesmo tempo que eu sou a melhor do mundo, a melhor de todos os tempos. Que eu entrei para a história. E daqui pra frente vai ser assim. E quem quiser ficar contra mim, que fique. Entendeu? A resposta é assim.
Eu acho difícil alguém continuar apostando contra você depois de ser ganhada a lutadora mais dominante dos últimos anos. Agora é você, com certeza. E era isso que eu queria te perguntar. Você meio que disse agora, mas queria te perguntar. Você se vê como a melhor de todos os tempos, sem dúvida?
Sem dúvida nenhuma. A melhor de todos os tempos.
Muito obrigado.
Obrigada a você.
Chris, you've been a dominant fighter for a long time, and everybody loses in the sport. So I just wonder kind of what your emotion is like right now, and how does it feel versus maybe how you thought it might when you had to know this day would come.
At the beginning, when I did my first MMA fight, I lost my first fight. I trained 3 months, 6 months, I think. I started training MMA. I did my first fight, and I lost. And after this day, I trained harder, and I stayed like 13 years undefeated. And then I never said I'm going to be invisible. Like nobody, I'm never going to lose. I never say that. And I just work hard. And I did everything for this fight. I trained hard. I did everything I could. My team did everything. And if it's happened today, it's not my day. I lost. Man, it's happened, fight game. It's not the first time I'm going to lost. It's not the last time I'm going to lost. This happened. It's the fight game. Because I'm here and doing interview. Because this is sport. And of course, I'm not happy. Of course, I had my heart broke. But I didn't cry. I'm not going to cry. Because I did everything. I trained really hard. And if today is the day, the Amanda day, and she did her best, and she won. And I just going to go back to my gym and train harder and come back. Because this is my job. Everybody have a bad day in the job. And today, I just text Jason. Today, our sparring works very well. Because all the time I do sparring at the gym, sometimes I have my ass kicked, sometimes I kick butt. But, happen. This has happened.
It was an incredible fight, and you were very aggressive, both of you were. I wonder, was that the plan? Because a lot of time recently you've been a little more tactical, a little bit more laid back. Did you expect it to be that aggressive of a fight?
I never remember when I fought, like what I do in the cage. I always have to watch after. I didn't watch the fight yet. But my team say, Chris, why you don't move around, I don't know, man. This has happened, I don't know. Happened and better it is, something have to happen.
Do you believe that because of your long run as a champion and unbeaten for so long, that you deserve a rematch because of your previous accomplishments?
I always deserve to talk to the cage after the fight. This is what I deserve. After the fight, I lost, okay. I deserve them giving me the microphone and to talk to my fans. Because when I get out the octagon, everybody crying. And then I don't want my fans crying. And then I would say it's a symbol for me. Be the champion, the belt, it's a symbol for me. It's the most important in my heart. Be the champion in the hearts of people. Make the difference. Because this is I fight for. I'm in the UFC before champion because I don't quit. Because everything happened in my career. Everybody knows here. It's not easy for me. Never easy. But I work harder, and I get the belt. And I prove everybody who I am against the system. Nobody do this. I did this against the system. And who I am, the champion, before. But I want to be the champion of people's hearts. And then I'm going to continue doing this anywhere I'm going. And then my fans can talk to me. After here, I'm going to go party with my fans because they deserve that. They make me be my first fight UFC. They make this for me. And I just have to appreciate them, what they did for me.
Chris, can you talk about, I know it's tough, but can you talk about just how special Amanda was tonight? What separates her from you?
Everybody say, because then I'd say, who's the win tonight? You're going to be the greatest. Amanda, okay, she's won today, but she had 4 lost. And then, I have 2 lost. How she can be the greatest? And she didn't rematch her opponents. I can rematch her. I'm not the type of person quit. I never quit. I keep training. If you stop me, you need to do what she did because I'm going to keep going. And this is my style. Everybody know who I am. Everybody watch my Muay Thai fight with Urina bars. Man, crazy. And I continue doing. And I'm born for this. If she punch me hard, I'm going to try to punch you harder. This is my style fight. And I love this. I'm born for this.
With one fight left on your contract, what do you think you're going to do when you look at the featherweight division and you consider, maybe some people are tugging you to try boxing? What do you anticipate for 2019?
I didn't talk with my manager yet, but, this is my dream, do my boxing fight. This didn't change. I'm gonna continue training. And after 13 years, you continue training hard in the first day. Probably after this fight, imagine I'm just gonna continue hard. This is just put fire in my heart. Continue training.
Chris, congratulations on a great run as champion. My question for you is, the first punch you got dropped by that one shot, how badly were you hurt, and did you ever recover from that after the first punch she hit you with?
I think I was recovered because I was trying to punch her back. I didn't watch a fight yet. I'm sorry I didn't fight. I don't want to see it now because not going to change anything now. Now I have it. I want to see my family, stay with them, and have fun with my fans. But when she punched me, I think I fell, but I continue going. And maybe this is my mistake I did. I have to watch again with my team.
There was a lot of question whether she had the chin to take your punches, and you landed some good punches. As you sit here now, are you surprised that she was able to take the power that you hit her with and keep coming forward?
My team says she's closed her eyes and the punch. She did like this, and the punch take, and then take. She did her best today, and there's nothing I can say.
And last thing, just in reference to you said you wanted the microphone. Did they tell you it was time-wise? Did anybody tell you why you didn't get a chance to talk in the cage? Did you ask Dana? Did you ask Joe Rogan? Do you know what happened?
No, they just kicked me out of the cage. I think very bad, very disrespectful, because I did a lot for sport, and I was supposed to say hello for my fans, and say I will say talk to them. I think it's not right, but okay, then did already done. I can go my media, talk to my fans, say how I appreciate them, how they come to the cage for watch my fights, or how the Cyborg Nation here for watch me. It's okay. I just feel like I supposed to say something. 2 Brazilians fight, 2 champions, and that's it.
And I just want to be clear, when you say they told you to leave the cage, do you know who they was? Who specifically told you to leave?
No, I don't know. It's just somebody who work at UFC and Time Rush. I don't know.
Thank you, Chris.
Welcome.
Hey, Chris, over here to your right. Over here.
Yes.
Will you seek, you haven't lost a fight in 13 years. Will you seek a rematch against Nunes?
Of course. I can rematch anytime the night want to put together. I love fight, and this has put more fire in my heart. Continue fight, and of course. And the Jorina Bars, I want to rematch you. I always say this: when I stop fighting me, I want to go Muay Thai and rematch her. And I never want to go step in the cage and say I want to prove something. I like to improve. I like to get better, and because it's a continued training. And after this fight, for sure, I'm gonna train harder.
Did the location change this week from Las Vegas to LA? Did that affect you at all? Was there any undue stress put on you? I know you had an after party you had to cancel and then set up a new one and that kind of thing.
I don't know. I was stressed a little bit about my family because it didn't come, but we changed everything fast. I was happy because it's close to my house too, and my fans, a lot of fans cannot show up in here because then in Las Vegas. But I'm happy the fight happened, and the fans can watch. Of course I'm not gonna win. I was supposed to be better, but nice they don't cancel the event.
Last thing, where'd you get the pillow? Where is the pillow from?
Hey, you guys know.
Did you take it from the arena? Where did you?
I don't know. I asked somebody have a pillow. Just have the idea, just for being funny. And when I go back hotel, my mom just called me. I'm gonna have my ass kicked again because she's really mad with me. Why you put the hands down? Happen. It's fight life. It's a fighter life. I know she's mad with me. She called me mad. I said, Mom, don't, crazy.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris?
Sim.
Fala em português. Chris, você consegue comparar o sentimento da derrota de hoje com o sentimento da derrota da sua primeira luta que você mencionou?
Na verdade, para mim, a primeira vez era tudo novo, né? Tudo novo. Era uma coisa que eu ia tentar, que eu já fazia um outro esporte, e eu treinei ali 6 meses. Para mim, eu não sabia como que era, né? Mas, na verdade, não me afetou, porque no dia seguinte eu voltei a treinar, né? Não no dia seguinte porque eu tinha deslocado meu cotovelo, mas eu voltei a treinar porque eu acredito que desde os meus 12 anos eu pratico esporte. Então eu sei, um dia você perde, um dia você ganha. E hoje não foi diferente. Hoje foi o dia que não foi o meu dia, né? Então perdi, mas é 24 horas pensar na sua derrota e valeu. Voltar para academia e treinar. Eu tive vários exemplos na minha vida de várias pessoas, como o Cyborg, como o Vanderlei, como Verdun. Todo mundo já passou por perder. E a minha primeira luta eu já perdi. Então isso só faz você melhorar cada vez mais.
Você mencionou que você não acha ela a melhor da história, é isso? Eu não entendi direito.
Não, eu falei para ser a melhor da história, na verdade, ela tem 4 derrotas. A melhor da história seria nunca mais perder, nunca perder, no caso. Ela fez muito pelo esporte, não desmerecendo ela. Ela foi uma das pessoas que também não tiveram o carinho de todo mundo, né? Amanda sempre, ela teve que provar sempre, ganhou da Honda, ganhou de várias meninas. Eu acho que ela nunca teve o valor que ela deveria ter. Quem sabe com essa vitória hoje ela vai ter esse valor, né? Quem sabe hoje em dia Deus me usou para poder abençoar ela e é isso.
Última pergunta, a revanche é uma coisa que você pensa imediatamente?
Na verdade, assim, eu gosto de lutar, né? E se tiver, eu quero a revanche, é lógico. Né? Você perde uma luta, você quer lutar com a revanche, né? Se eu não fosse pedir a revanche ou quisesse lutar, eu não estaria aqui sentada, não estaria lutando. Obrigado.
Hi, Chris here. Chris, correct me if I'm wrong. In one of your interviews, you said that it took Amanda many, many months to get ready to fight you. Why do you think it took her so long to prepare for the fight?
She says she would be heavy in the fight. I think she says she's hurt. I don't know. Maybe negotiation. I really don't know her business.
If you can come back and rethink what you did wrong, if you can come back and start the fight all over again, would you do something different or you would still use the same technique?
You know, I train everything. I feel my heart. I did everything. I train everything. I don't feel my heart heavy. I was supposed to train that thing. No, I did everything. If today she wants because it's her day, and I supposed to lose. And I believe it's God have amazing plan. And if today I lost his plan, and I know he's having the best plan for us, and I know I just have to wait to see why this happened today.
I see. And the last thing you said, that you didn't have a chance to talk. They didn't give you the microphone. Now so many cameras is behind you, in front of you. Can you address your speech to your fans? I would love to hear that. Definitely you deserve that.
I want to say thank you for all my fans come. And it's something I really something in my heart, I always try to be the champion of the heart of everybody. Give them hope because the people follow me, know how hard for me. And I always never show them I'm quit, I'm weak. I never show that. But I'm a human being. I have my mistakes. I have a lot of things like everybody want here. And I told them, doesn't matter, you're going to fall, you're going to stand up on your feet, and you're going to get it there. You just have to believe and have faith. And this is the thing I want to show for all my fans. When you do that, you are the champion. When you stand up on your feet after you fall, you are the champion. And this is I try to show all my fans because I know everybody have a hard time. And I feel sad because everybody sad because they lost today. But for sure, I have something to learn today. And I don't know what now, but I know God is going to show me. And I don't want nobody sad because I'm not going to be sad.
Cris, queria que se você pudesse refletir nesses 13 anos invicta como a rainha, né, do peso pena feminino. Qual o seu legado para o esporte? Claro, você ainda tem uma carreira ainda em curso, mas qual o legado desses 13 anos invicta para o esporte?
Eu acho que o tema disso é não desistir, né? Eu acho que tudo que eu passei na minha carreira, várias coisas que aconteceu, eu acho que eu sempre mostrei determinação e dar continuidade, né, no teu sonho. E é isso que eu tento e mostrar para todos os meus fãs brasileiros, em qualquer outro lugar do mundo, você não desistir do teu sonho que você vai conquistar. Porque eu estava campeão do UFC, foi algo que almejou e demorou para alcançar, né? Demorou 13 anos para alcançar. E não foi fácil, não peguei um caminho curto para chegar lá. O meu caminho foi longo e várias pedras, e eu tive que ir tirando pedras, e indo, e não desistindo. Então, isso eu acho que mostra para os meus fãs, você continuar dando continuidade e isso que isso que eles têm no coração deles. Por isso que eu recebi várias mensagens, por isso que eles estão comigo na derrota, na vitória, e isso que é mais importante para mim.
E você, né, nessa sua caminhada com o UFC, teve vários problemas com a organização, né, coisas que você teve que ir trabalhando para conseguir. E hoje, né, você está citando esse acontecimento no Cage, que você não pôde falar com os seus fãs. Você diz que o seu contrato termina em março, se não me engano. Isso influencia a sua decisão de continuar, de renovar com o UFC ou, de repente, buscar um futuro em outra organização?
Sabe, uma coisa que é de mim. Eu não consigo guardar rancor de ninguém, né? De ninguém, de pessoas. Eu perdoo qualquer pessoa, não consigo guardar rancor e perdoo todas as pessoas que já me fizeram mal, até na onde eu luto aqui, que já aconteceu. Eu perdoo cada um, todo mundo, né? Porque eu acredito que de uma forma ou outra você vai receber em troca o que você fez. Então, eu acredito nisso, então eu não tenho que guardar rancor de ninguém, então eu perdoo todo mundo. E o que aconteceu hoje, pode ser que não foi vontade de ninguém, mas eu acreditava que eu merecia poder falar com meus fãs. Mas se aconteceu, pode ser que ninguém está no controle, só chegou a hora de Jon Jones entrar para o octágono e eu tiver que sair, mas é isso.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, guys. Happy New Year for everybody.
Well, Jon,
hey guys,
dominant victory for you this evening, just the way you said you wanted to do it. Seemed much easier than the first time around.
Yeah.
Give me an idea. What was you seemed very patient to start out with, but what was the biggest key to your performance tonight?
First I got to start by saying all glory be to God. You know, I know it had to have been Him to help me get through everything that I've been going through. So you know, I'm just the temple, and God has totally given me the power to be in this position. So I thank Him so much, and all glory be to God. Secondly, my trainers, partners, and my coaches, Jackson's Mixed Martial Arts Wing Academy, Jesse, my swimming coach, Lawrence, my strength and conditioning coach, my brother Tule, Leo. I see my man Matt back there. I mean, just so many mighty men. Brandon Gibson, Tusa, Izzy. So many mighty men that has worked together to build this product that we have today. I believe as a team, we are only getting better. 31 years old, and I feel like we're only getting better. So hope I didn't leave anybody out. but you guys know I all love you so much. Miss Jessie, my fiance, Sheila, her mother. I'm so glad to see her here tonight. I had so much love, my father, my mom. I had so much love. So many people helping build me up. So shout out to all of them. And to answer your question, what was the key tonight? You know, my dad said something interesting to me before he left the hotel room. He said, don't chase Gustafsson tonight. People cheered last time whenever he would run away from me. And he said, don't chase him. Do not chase him, you know. And that really rung in my head in the locker room and things like that. And so I changed it up and I kind of Gustafsson. I did the running, I did the backing away, and it worked out. It worked out. I got to display my footwork. Tonight he was kind of plotty, marching forward the whole time. He kept saying he wanted to put pressure on me, and I backed up and I made sure I scored points. And I kept him guessing with level changes and actual shots, kicks and punches. And yeah, I don't know. I think maybe his aggression worked against him.
You got your belt back tonight. You got back to work after a year and a half away. You got this rematch that you've been wanting forever. I mean, all these things accomplished, got through controversy as well, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, what is the most satisfying reward of tonight?
To be back in this position, to give God the glory. To be back in this position to give God the glory, man. Yeah.
After it, you went to your rival right away. You said DC, but I'm curious because you said DC. I've got this belt. Come get it.
Yeah.
Is there something that wouldn't be more satisfying about maybe moving up to heavyweight and taking the belt that he has there?
No, you know, when it comes to Daniel Cormier, he's always quiet unless he's speaking out to discredit me, my legacy, my achievements. You know, every time he opens his mouth, and it works against him. I see the fans' reaction. They're just like, dude, leave Jon Jones alone for once. Dude, he beat you. You sound so bitter. He works his hardest to try to discredit and try to delegitimize the fact that I beat him twice. And the only thing I want to delegitimize as a retaliation is his claim of being a light heavyweight champion. He was never the light heavyweight champion. He never beat me. But this has been my era since 2011. I want to make that loud and clear. DC is no champ. When we talk about an asterisk next to my name, there's going to be always an asterisk next to the idea of him being a champ. The only way he can shut me up of what I'm saying right now is to beat my ass. Simple. Me going to heavyweight would be making it extremely personal. And for me, I have no problem with DC. I have a problem when he comes out and says, see, I told you guys he's a cheater. I told you he's a cheater. I have no real problem with DC. I'm not going to go to heavyweight and try to take everything from him and destroy his legacy and all that type of stuff. Is it possible that I could do that? It is possible. But I'm fine having mine, and he can have his. DC needs to admit to the people that he was never the light heavyweight champion, or face me at light heavyweight and shut me up.
Congratulations, Jon.
Thanks, Kevin.
My first question for you is the changing in the third round. You referenced the first two rounds, how you were just trying to score points and kind of get some kicks in. You seem like Jon Jones in the third round, where you had that explosion that you were known for, and you didn't have that maybe in the first two rounds. Was that because you were kind of holding back, and then when you saw what you needed to see, that you changed up?
Yeah, in the first two rounds, I still haven't watched the fight, so the things I'm saying may not be completely accurate, but in the first two rounds, I was just trying to play smart. I was trying to figure out his range. I was trying to figure out any new tools that he may have added to his game. And I didn't see any new tools. I noticed that my level of range was a lot stronger, thanks to my kickboxing coaches and boxing partner, Leo. I noticed my understanding was stronger, and I started thinking to myself, Jon, don't let him into this fight. The only way you can let him into this fight is by giving him a slow pace, allowing him to build confidence, things like that. So once I noticed that we kind of was figuring them out, I said, okay, if you believe in your cardio and your training, if you believe that you're meant to win this fight, take the fight, win this fight, and instead of waiting and backing up and being reactive and allowing him to get into the fight, I decided to start to turn it on and take the fight to him, fight my fight, instead of waiting to see what he was capable of.
This is such a sport that takes so much from the fighters, right? And it drains you over time. And I know you lost a lot with all the problems you had over the years, mostly money. But the fact, do you think it helped you in a way, Jon, that because you just competed once a year for the last couple of years, that your body didn't get all that wear and tear that it might have had if you fought 2 or 3 times in those years, and now you're going into your 30s with a lot more mileage on you. So do you feel like in some small way you kind of got a break by not having to fight all those?
Absolutely, absolutely. Being suspended for 3 years out of the last several years has been very educational for me. The biggest thing that I've been able to do is have an understanding of who I am outside of the sport. Outside of Jon Bones Jones, who's Jonathan Dwight Jones? I got to go to therapy this summer and talk a lot about who Jonathan Jones is and what means most to Jonathan Jones. I got to see how people treat me when I'm not in the limelight, when I'm not training for a fight, when my reputation is not the best. I got to learn to differentiate between legitimate friendship and people who are around. I've learned a lot. Financially, I got to see my spending patterns, and if that's a healthy thing when you're not sponsored by a lot of companies. I learned a lot. I feel like a lot of times when an athlete retires, they feel this emptiness, and they have these identity issues. And I've had the blessing to understand that and be able to come back into the sport. And the result of that is a greater appreciation for what this sport means, what this belt means, what it means to be in my position. And I think that's going to make me a more dangerous athlete because I have a greater appreciation.
Who helped you specifically with your mental aspect? Because, Dana even referenced this. He was asked earlier about nothing bothered you, all of the people taunting you about the drug testing and, all the stuff that came up. You seem like you just put it in the background. You dealt with it like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
How did you come to get that approach to life that you don't dwell on the negative things and let those bother you and affect your future?
Well, it's an accumulation of things. I felt like UFC 200, UFC 151 has prepared me for a curveball like this. And I feel like losing my mom and having the belt stripped from me, and what I believe, it was, I was innocent throughout this whole thing. I felt like nothing that this sport can throw at me, no opponent can hit me as hard as life hit me this summer. And so I know to be in my position is just a total blessing. To be talked about, to be hated, to be cared about ultimately, it's a blessing. And so I believe that maybe God or something is saying that it's not designed to be easy, but it's totally going to be worth it. And I stand by that. I live by that. To be the best ever, possibly, is not meant to be easy. It's not meant to be easy. And that's how I feel.
There's been so much talk, Jon, about the tens of millions of dollars that have gotten away from you with lost sponsorships and fights and everything like that. You look so good tonight. I mean, how busy do you want to try to be in 2019? I mean, and building off what Kevin said, I mean, does the extended layoff allow you to, get a pile of fights in over this time?
Yeah, I'm not even sure if I answered Kevin's question about the layoff. I do feel like the layoff has preserved my body and my mind. I don't spar much. I didn't spar much this camp. And I feel like, I'm 31 years old, and I got a lot more in me, Originally, a lot of people said that, they said, Jon's beating the old legends of the sport. He's beating the Shoguns and the Rampages. These guys are past their prime. And I'm only 31 years old, and I'm still getting better. My team is getting smarter. We're getting stronger as a unit. And I think that should be really, that's going to be scary for a lot of people. So yeah. And as far as the money that's been lost, Dana White told me a long time ago, he said, "Kid, you're a good-looking kid, you're a smart kid, and if you do things right, if you surround yourself with the right people, money should never be your issue until the day you die. You should always be able to make money, Jon." And so I try not to worry about money that's lost.
How soon do you think you can get back in there? And I think the other thing that's going to be connected to your next fight is that, you probably won't have even a metabolite or a pictogram or whatever was in your system for this fight. Finally.
I hope not, man. I'm learning about this Tyrannobol, and I hear that it could possibly be in my body for the next 7 years, which is really scary. In the first drug test situation with Daniel Cormier, they found a long-term metabolite in my body. There was no short-term metabolites being found in my body. I don't know how long this has been in my body, but I'd eventually like to fight to get my Daniel Cormier fight overturned, because if there was short-term metabolites found in my body, you would be able to tell that something got in me recently. But they found a long-term metabolite in my body. They've never found short-term metabolites in my body. And people ask me, how do you know, Jon, and this isn't something that's new putting in Jon's body before this fight? And if it was new, you would find short-term metabolites, medium-term metabolites. You're only finding long-term metabolites. Maybe this was in my, I don't know. I don't know how long this has been in my body, but I hear it could be in there for up to 7 years. Tonight I got drug tested by 2 different agencies. Yesterday I got drug tested by VADA for the first time, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be tested by the most legit drug testing agencies in the world, so that we can learn exactly what this is, and get to the bottom of it. And I said earlier in the interview that if I'm lying, then I pray that the Lord take every ounce of talent out of my body. I took a polygraph test. I looked these people in the eyes and said that I've never done anything to cheat this sport, and I passed that polygraph test. I have no Jedi mind tricks to pass polygraph tests. I believe that I'll be vindicated, proven innocent, and I'm just going to put it in God's hands.
Hey, Jon, congratulations on the win tonight. You're sort of right. You and Alex had a little bit of a moment there after the fight. What did you guys say to each other?
Alex said, "Man, you are really good and really strong." I said, "Thank you, Alex." And I said, "Thank you for being such a great opponent." And I said, "We're both only 31. We're going to be fighting again." And he said, "Yeah, we're going to be fighting again." And I said, "Darn it." And yeah, we're gonna be fighting many, many times. He's gonna keep me on my game, and I'm gonna keep him continuing to strive and get better. I believe Alexander will beat most guys in the division, but I'm here to stay. I believe that this is my era, and I'm gonna own it for many years to come.
That's my next question, because you come back and you beat the guy that people said, this is the guy that was your hardest test before. Some people even said that, Alex won the first fight. You come back after a layoff, you beat him. What is next, and what do you see as far as, what are the goals and accomplishments? You've already accomplished so much. What is next?
What is next is for me to keep a degree of humility and to stay in the gym. To stay in the gym, stay getting better, and to not take anyone lightly. To not let my head get too big, not take anyone lightly. There's a lot of fresh meat that is rising up in the division, and in order for me to conquer these guys, I have to stay by the fire, stay in the gym, stay knowing that I don't know everything, and that's what's next.
So you'll be kind of like the veteran guy welcoming the young lions like you once were.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm still a young lion. I'm only 31, and I've never been knocked out. I've been rocked in training maybe once or twice. I have a very healthy brain, a very strong jaw, and a will to be on top for a long time.
Is the plan for now to go in front of the Nevada Commission now next month and get that done with and get licensed there and then move on?
Yeah, my plan is to face everything head on, to answer every question, to take every test, to take every polygraph, to pay every penalty, to do whatever I got to do to prove my innocence.
And then just last thing for me, you were talking about the long-term metabolite, and that was the one that was found in your system last year, the July 2017 test.
Yep.
Now that you know more about this, that it could have been in your system even for years already, maybe.
Yeah.
Does that open up, like, at the time when you were investigating that last year, you guys didn't know that. You didn't know that maybe it was something you took years ago. Will that open things up and say maybe there was something I took in like 2015, you know what I mean? Like,
From what I understand, and I don't know how true this is, and no one knows what's true and false about this stuff because, I mean, I'm kind of being a guinea pig right now. From what I understand, this stuff can live in your body for up to 7 years. And when I felt it the first time with Daniel Cormier, there was never a short-term metabolite found. There was never a midterm metabolite found. There was only a long-term metabolite found. So who says this hasn't been in my body since who knows how long, since 7 years ago? And that's why I'm going to look into trying to get my first DC fight overturned. And we're talking picograms. And this is something that I've just been educated on. And this is something that the whole MMA community is being educated on as we speak. And if a picogram really is 1 single gram of salt chopped into 50 million pieces, maybe we need to reevaluate the testing, right? And see, is the testing way too good? Maybe some of you guys got some picograms in you right now. Seriously. So I know in my heart that I've never cheated the sport. I've said it through the beginning. It literally almost drove me crazy this summer to be accused of being a steroid cheat. And that's why I will spend every dollar. I will face every jury. I will take every polygraph test to prove that I have never intentionally cheated this sport. I'm glad that it's very clear that it gives me no athletic performance enhancing benefits. And why in the world would I do something like that to discredit all these years of hard work, to ruin my own legacy when it never gave me an advantage in the first place? That's common sense. But people will ignore common sense because people have always wanted to see maybe it not be true. Maybe I'm not the best. Maybe I cheated all this time. I'll never be able to win that argument, and I'm totally comfortable in that space. I'm just gonna keep on kicking ass.
Thanks, John.
Oh, I got a clap, a single clap. Hey, thanks, coach. Thanks, guys.
John, congratulations on your winning tonight. I'm not going to ask any more questions about doping. It was too much, I think. But do you consider in the future going in a heavyweight?
Yeah, eventually I'll go heavyweight. I think I'll start entertaining the idea of taking what's super fights against the perfect opponents. Yeah.
Tonight, I had a feeling you were kind of going slow at the second round and the third round. I saw that you were breathing hard. You know, it was difficult. You know, what you felt that moment? Were you tired or?
No, I never. At no point did I feel tired. I'm just starting to believe in my experience and my education when it comes to this mixed martial arts thing. And I know that there's no rush. Rushing is how you can get knocked out. You know, be comfortable backing up. As long as you're scoring points, it's not considered running. And so I was just patient. I was just waiting. When Coach Wink told me, John, wait for the boom. Wait for the boom moment. You know, pick them, score when you can, and eventually the boom will come. The boom, my last fight happened with a head kick over DC. The boom this time was scoring a solid takedown. And so we were just patient. We knew we were winning every round. The fight metrics has already shown that I've won every round. And just patient.
Well, congratulations. It was a very impressive comeback. And the last question is, have you seen the fight, Chris fighting Amanda Nunes? What do you think about it? You know, your comments.
My comments is I'm extremely proud, happy for Amanda Nunes, mainly for Brazil. to have now the most dominant woman champion of all time being from Brazil, I'm extremely proud for Brazil. I've always had this interesting connection to Brazil. I really adore that country. So I'm really happy for Amanda Nunes. At the same time, as a Christian, I'm really sad for Chris Cyborg. As a woman of God, I got to admit that I wanted her to win. And that's no knock on Amanda. They're both great champions. And it was a great fight to watch.
Hi, John, over here. You're talking about fighting Gustafsson again, possibly, so you don't feel that chapter is closed now?
I think it's closed. But I also am smart enough to know that Gustafsson will fight his way back to the top. And so a third fight's inevitable.
He talked about a knee to the groin that slowed him down. Did you sense that?
No, I never said anything about a knee to the groin that slowed him down.
Gustafsson talked about that.
Oh, did he say that? Oh, wow. There will always be something. There will always be something.
And what do you think is next for him now?
For him to keep his head high. That's what I would like to see from him. To keep his head high and know that he is right there with the top guys in the division, to continue to develop his game. And I need Gustafsson to stay sharp. I have to know that there's guys like him out there to stay sharp. And so keep your head high, get back to the drawing board, and let's do it again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I saw you were talking about the fight here.
Hey.
Hey. You're talking about the women fight, and I saw you with Cyborg over there.
Yeah.
As a champ, like she was like the reigning champ for so long, and always like when you're a champ like this, you're the target for everyone. So what did you talk with her, and what advice can you give her? You know, like.
Yeah. So after her press conference in the back of the room, I just told her that I'm honored to stand by her because of her clarity in such a hectic situation. She said, her quote was, I don't know why God did this, but he has a plan for all of our lives. And whether you're a believer or not, I do believe he has a plan for all of our lives. And the fact that she wasn't discouraged or dismayed by this, it showed me that strength and what it is. She understands that it was in God's will for her to lose tonight. And she was a woman enough to still have pride in who she is and not feel like a failure. And she will know why this happened eventually, and she'll come back stronger than ever. My advice is for her to keep her head high and know that God has a plan for her.
You were talking about the new guys in the division. Which guys do you see as like probably opponents for you in a short time?
I don't want to flatter any of these guys by calling them out. Tonight has been a great night for me, hard-earned, and I don't want headlines to be tomorrow, Jon Jones called out this guy or that guy. They are all just pieces of this puzzle, and whoever it be, despite the name, I'll be ready for more victory.
And with all your special connection with Brazil that you said, any plans on fighting in there?
Man, I would love to fight in Brazil one day, just not against a Brazilian. You guys are the most passionate fans ever. You guys chant, "You will die, you will die." I don't want to die. Sister here with the camera, I was extremely disrespectful to you, and I'm sincerely sorry. I was ready to fight, and I felt a little bit of maybe an attack, and I wasn't in the mood to lose. Yeah, I was just not in the mood to lose, not even a verbal argument. I'm so sorry for disrespecting you.
Hey, John. There's been a lot of talk leading up to this fight about you not being 100% the first time you fought Gustafsson. Can you just talk a little bit about the difference between these two fights and your preparation?
What's your question again?
So my question is, you were talking a lot about not being 100%, being reckless before the fight last time against Gustafsson.
Right.
Can you talk about the difference in this fight and your preparation leading up to this fight?
Well, he showed me what he was capable of. That you can't take people lightly, and I promised him that I took him lightly. I knew what I was up to behind the scenes, and the difference was my respect. My respect for him and his boxing, his coaching staff. He's a legit threat. and I treated him as such for the months leading up to the fight, and it resulted in 2 different results. Hey guys, I am so sorry, but I got a cold, and I got my friends and family in the back of the room. I'm done with you guys. You guys be good, all right?
Thank you, go.
History is a series of short stories, pieces of a puzzle that, assembled, help us understand it all. How the great ones rose, where they came from, and how they endure. What they fought for, what they did to survive, why they believed when no one else did, and how they forged a lasting legacy. If you thought you knew UFC history, this is the whole story in 25 parts. UFC 25 Years in Short.